Hi, this is Miss Fazone, and this is pre-calc exponential word problems. All right, so let's start with the first one. An infectious disease begins to spread in a small city of population 10,000. After T days, the number of people who have succumbed to the virus is modeled by the function v of t equals 10,000 over 5 plus 1245e to the negative 0.97t. How many people were initially infected? All right, so notice this function looks really complicated, but it's actually not. V of t is 10,000 over 5 plus 1245e to the negative 0.97t. There's only that t is only in one spot. It's just on the bottom there. So for letter A, initially, what does initially mean? The beginning, like when you initially start something, it's this big. And I even gave you time equals 0. So all we're going to do for A is let t equal 0. So v of 0 equals 10,000 over 5 plus 1245e to the negative 0.97 times 0. All right, so we're just going to put that in the graphing calculator. Okay, can you see what I'm writing? That would be helpful, right? All right, so I'm going to use my TI. Let's move it up. All right, so 10,000 divided by, make sure you put parentheses in the bottom, 5 plus 1245e, that's second ln, to the negative 0.97, and I just put times 0, like that. Right. Close it, enter, 8. Done. 8. So at the start of this disease, 8 people were infected. Now, if you wanted to do this algebraically, notice e to the negative 0.97 times 0. What's 0 times anything? 0. What's e to the 0? What's anything to the 0 power? It's really 1. So what this actually is, 5 plus 1245, it's really 10,000 divided by 1250, which is 8. All right. Okay. I did all that work and you couldn't even see it. All right. So again, this is really 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. 1245 times 1 is 1245. Right, so it's actually a really basic idea. All right, so that was A. B, find the number of people infected after 1 day, 2 days, and 5 days. Again, what's 1, 2, and 5? Days. Days is just your time. So t equals 1, t equals 2, and t equals 5. We're just going to replace in the equation t equals what t equals, all right? So again, B. So B, all we're going to find is t equals 1, t equals 2, and t equals 5. So I'm going to find v of 1. Right? So I'm just replacing my t with 1. So, and this is the nice thing about using the graphing calculator, I can cheat. So I'm going to hit second, enter. If you hit second enter, the whole thing comes up. So where was the t before? It was at 0. I'm just going to put a 1 and then hit enter. 20.966. So equals 20.966. And since we're talking about people, that's 21 people. So v of 1 is 21. Right? And then back to the calculator, second enter, and then replace my 1 with 2. After 2 days, about 54 people were sick. V of t equals 54. And let's see what happens after 5 days. Second enter, replace my 2 with 5. 678. V of 5 equals 678. All right, so it's growing pretty fast. That's 1 day, 2 days, it more than doubles. And then it goes way up really fast. Okay? All right. Now, so A and B are pretty easy, especially if you have a graphing calculator. It's just plugging in. Letter C is the tough one. How long does it take for 1,000 people to become infected? I forgot the word people. 1,000 people to be infected. So how long? That's T. So in this one, T is our question mark. 1,000 is our infected, our V. Okay? So this one's pretty tricky, actually. So here's what we're going to do. This time, we're taking our number given to us, and that's what we're setting equal to our function. So 10,000 over 5 plus 1245e to the negative 0.97t. So I'm going to solve for t here. Right? So what would you do to solve for t? Well, first off, this fraction's super obnoxious. It was 1,000, right? Yeah, okay. The fraction's annoying. So how do you get rid of a fraction? I'm going to put this